Called what? Simple equation. It's mathematics and it's called simple equation. Why did they call it simple equation? It's called simple equation simply because all you're working with is one letter. Later on, when these grade 12 and 10 students working, they're working with x and y at the same time. And later on, when they're doing algebraic equation, they're working with a, b, and c. Right now, you're only working with one letter. It is what? Simple. Notice what they call it? Simple equation. And that's because it is simple. Now, it can be 3 steps. The first one is where they give you a simple x plus 5 equals 12. X plus 5 equals 12. That's the simplest form we can go. What am I doing? I am grouping x on one side, numbers on the other side. And so what do I do here? X equals 12, and I am bringing over this 5 over here. It changes the sign. So it becomes 12 take away 5. Now I have x equals 12 take away 5 leaves me with 7. No problem. Simple. Okay. What if I had x minus 2 equals 10? So this is example 1. Here goes example 2. X minus 2 equals 10. Same principle, because all I have here is x. I'm going to bring this 2 over. So I have x equals 10. The sign changes from a minus to become a plus. X equals 10 plus 2. What is 10 plus 2? 12. X equals 12. That's my answer. Simple. Okay. And there goes another step. What if I have 3x plus 5 equals 20? That's another step. What's the difference in this one? What's the difference in this one, class? There's a number in front of the x. That's the difference here. There's a number. Both of these, there was no number. In this case, there's a number in front of the x. So now I have 3x plus 5 equals 20. Same principle applies. I'm keeping my x together and I'm keeping my numbers together. So I'm going to write 3x, but this time it's going to be equal to 20. Bring this over and it becomes a minus 5. So 3x is going to be equal to 20 take away 5, leave me with 15. Now, I'm not trying to find 3x. I'm trying to find x. So this time I have to do the division. This is a 3, so I have to divide this by 3. I have to also divide the other side by 3. 3 into 3, I'm left with x. I never say 1x, please, people. I simply write x. X is x. I don't have to say 1x. So 3 into 3x leave me with x is equal to 15 divided by 3. I'm left with, the answer is 5. The answer is 5. X is equal to 5. So that's step number 1. Step number 2. Step number 3. Let's go to step number 4. Step number 4, I have 2p minus 2 is equal to 8. 2p minus 2 equals 8. This is the same principle like 3, except instead of an addition, it's now a subtraction. So I have 2p is equal to, bring this over, it changes sign. 8 plus 2. So 2p equals 10. Same principle. I now have to divide this by 2, divide this by 2. That leaves me with p is equal to 10 divided by 2, 5. step number 4. So we have about 6 steps. Huh? So let's go to step number 5. Step number 5, I'm going to give you 2x plus 5 equals x minus 3. Now what is the difference with this step?
Is that x or equals?
I have numbers on both sides and I have letters on both sides. Numbers on both sides, yes, letters on both sides. And so now I have to regroup both numbers and letters. I take it step by step. So I'm going to regroup my letters first. So I go 2x. Let me bring over x. And it's going to become what? Minus x. But like this plus 5 is equal to a negative 3. Now let's do 2x minus x is going to leave me with x. So x plus 5 equals negative 3. So I've worked out my x. Now I'm going to work out the number. Here I have a plus 5. I'm going to have to take this plus 5 over to this side. And it is going to become a what? So I have x equals minus 3 minus 5. Negative 5. What do I do when I have two negatives? I add them and the answer is going to be a negative. So this becomes x equals negative 8. I am grouping. Let me go over this again for emphasis. I have 2x plus 5 is equal to x take away 3. I am going to regroup my x first. I bring the x over, it becomes a minus x. 2x minus x plus 5 equals minus 3. Now I'm going to work on my x. 2x take away x is going to leave me with x. It's like 2 apples take away 1 apple, leave me with only 1 apple. But I do not have to say 1 apple, I simply say apple. I'm left with an apple. Okay, so x plus 5 equals negative 3. Now I'm going to regroup my number. I'm taking over this 5 over here. It's also going to change sign. X equals negative 3 minus 5. I have two negatives. I add, and the answer is a negative. X equals negative 8. And the last step, which I thought would have been easy for you all, didn't know that this would confuse you. 3p plus 4 minus 2p, or minus p, let me just put minus p equals 7. I thought that would have been easy for you all. Because all I'm doing is taking 3p minus p. What is 3p minus p?
2p.
I'm left with 2p. So now I have 2p plus 4 equals 7. So I have to regroup my numbers. 2p, and I'm going to take this 2. It's going to be equal to 7 take away 4. 7 take away 4 leaves me with 3. 2p equals 3. Now I have to divide both sides by 2. 2 into 2 leaves me with p. 3 divided by 2 gives me 3 divided by 2. Come on now. What is a decimal? 3 divided by 2. 1.5. 2 into 3 goes 1 time, and I'm left with 1 over 2. So I can say 1.5, or I can say 1.5, because a half is the same thing as 0.5. Now, see where we have to go back from the primary school. Division, 3 divided by 2. 2 into 3 goes 1 time, and remainder 1. 1 over 2 is the same thing as a half. A half is the same thing as 0.5. Okay?